Welcome back to my channel, JPM.Cuisine. Today I've got part 2 of my unboxing series for you of the Enso Hammered Damascus line series from Cutlery and More. Again, these are the Japanese VG10 knives straight from Japan, made in partnership with Cutlery and More with Yaxel of Japan. They have come out with the Enso HD series, which is the Hammered Damascus. We're looking at 37 layers of stainless steel Damascus with a VG10 core. Beautiful hammered finish, and if this looks anything like that prep knife, I am going to be super excited. So Cutlery and More sent me a few knives. They sent me the prep knife, which I reviewed before or unboxed before. I've got an 8-inch chef's knife, and then, or 7.5? No, 8-inch chef's knife, 200 millimeters, and then I have a 6.5 Nakiri that I'm gonna unbox. So this is either gonna be the chef's knife or the Nakiri. Let's go ahead and show you the box itself. Plain black box, sleeve over it. The prep knife didn't come with a sheath, which is okay, because the quality of these knives are spectacular. So let's get into it. I'm going to remove the sleeve here and get into the knife. Again, plain black box. No tip protector, but it doesn't look like it's going anywhere. The tip protector actually looks like it kind of fell off there. No big deal. That knife isn't going anywhere because it handles so well. A little bit of instructions for you how to pull out the knife. So you kind of push down here and you can pull up with the black tab, and that will pull the knife out for you. Let's go ahead and move those boxes out of the way and get into the real star of the show. So we've got, wow, this feels gorgeous. Let me just admire it for a little bit. I'm sorry. Wow, look at that profile. That belly. Oh my goodness gracious. Woo. All right, we've got 37 layers stainless steel Damascus with a VG10 core. That means it is hard as I don't know what. We've got a hardness of 61 Rockwell. We've got a double bevel 50-50 with a 12 to 14 degree angle. We're looking at a stated weight of 7.9 ounces or 225 grams. We've got the black canvas micarta handle with the stainless steel bolster. Call this a bolster. It doesn't really run down a full bolster to the heel. We've got it just beginning at the choil itself. It looks like one piece of metal all the way throughout, so I imagine that's full tang with the 3 rivets, of course. Profile of the knife, very similar to your traditional chef's knife, but a little bit different in the sense that it's more of a Japanese style profile. Very good for slicing. Remember, this is a VG10, very hard steel, so it is susceptible to chipping and cracking if you're using it against bone or anything frozen. Even the way that you approach the use, if you're a chopper or a heavy chopper, you might end up doing some damage to this based on the fragility or how fragile the blade is, because it's so hard. Okay, it doesn't bend and give like the Western German steels of a softer hardness. Okay. It's stainless, so it's corrosion resistant, but it also has that VG10 core, which is going to give you edge retention that you're looking for. Without further ado, let's get the weight on this. Again, it's listed at 225 grams. I always measure in grams. Let's see. $219 grams is what I see on here. 219 grams, so just 1 gram under what it was stated, but that could be due to the measuring tool, so I'll give it to them. Let's see, blade length 200 millimeters or 8 inches. Overall length is 13 3/8, almost 14 inches, very similar to the rest of the knives that I have. And the height is 1 3 inches at the 1 3/4 inches at the heel itself. I'm a pincher. I use the pinch chop method, and there's enough room where I don't have to ride up, but if I did, this part right here, the choil or the very edge of the heel, is going to ride up against your finger, and you might end up getting some blistering if you're using that. But it looks comfortable enough that I can get actually a space here before I start using it. We'll see as I test this out more. We've got Thanksgiving coming up, so I'm sure this knife is going to get a lot of use during then. And maybe even for Halloween, because we got some carving coming up. So, like last time, I'll test it out on my ugly tomato here. Let's see. Well, we'll just cut that off. Oh, that's so sharp. That feels so sharp. Wow. Okay, let's wipe that off real quick. And again, like last time, I'm just gonna pull the blade through the tomato so you can see this is the sharpness out of the box. You can see the knife through it. These are paper thin, super clean cuts. Oh my goodness gracious. If this doesn't excite you, I don't know what excites you. You might be dead inside. I'm kidding, but still, this should excite you. Now, for my purists who only love to cut paper, let's go ahead and give you guys your paper test. Whoa! Wow! Push cuts through the. This isn't an end grain. This is side grain here. Ricky's trademark end grain cut. Wow! These knives. Oh, that's me. JPM right there, pulling it like that, getting too excited as opposed to doing my regular cut. You know me. If I can mess up cutting paper, I'll mess up cutting paper. Anyways, but you saw the true test. You know what's up. It cuts tomatoes. In the kitchen, if you're cutting up paper, I think you're in the wrong kitchen. In my kitchen, if you're cutting tomatoes, it's exactly what I need you to be doing. I'm just kidding. Anyways, we've got the Japanese kanji. One of these days I'll spend some time and look at that to see what it means. I think I checked it out before. I don't know if it's the same as on Yaxo's line with the rest of their knives, but there is a bit of history behind the kanji there. And all in all, I didn't check the balance on the prep knife, but normally I'll check the balance on these. Looks like it's right on the bolster itself, a little bit in front of the crease or the seam between the bolster and the handle. Oh, just a little bit in front of that. There you go. Well, that's close enough. Anyways, the balance is right around this spot here, which means that the weight is evenly distributed between the handle and the end of the blade. And at being an 8-inch blade, it's really awesome to see that they put enough weight in the handle to make it comfortable and nimble in your hand. This thing is amazing. It's like a samurai sword. I might be considering converting to the VG10, especially after using this. I don't know, it's hard to get me to not use my my traditional German steel, soft steel, for the type of abuse I put a knife through, but if this one holds up, you might see a convert. Anyways, leave your comments if you own these. I'd love to hear your thoughts on them if you're considering picking them up. I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking about it. Hopefully we can start up some discussions in the comments themselves. Typically I publish a new video every week, so look for those generally around Sunday. And as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.